Hey guys, it's Lori. I have got a craft project to show you guys today, a little DIY, and I've worked on this project over several different days, and so I ended up losing the intro clip. So I'm just making a new one real quick. Yeah, so this could be for any season. This one that I'm making right now is for fall, but it can be switched up and made for any season at all. So that's the thing I like the most about it. And yeah, so let's get started. I'm gonna show you my supplies first. Supplies that I'm gonna be using for this project. And I'll quick tell you what they are. This is my sander. I'm just gonna use that really quickly. This is some burlap ribbon that is actually from Hobby Lobby. So it's not a Dollar Tree thing. My glue gun, here's my glue sticks. These two signs right here are from Dollar Tree. That's what I want my sander for. This is glitter and it's raised, and I just want to kind of sand it down and make it a little bit smoother because I'm not going to be leaving it like this. I'm going to be gluing something on it and I want it to be able to stick. I'm going to be gluing some of this burlap on it. I need rulers, and I've got 9 rulers here, and they come in a 2-pack at Dollar Tree. This is some E6000 that I'm going to be using, as well as the hot glue up there. And I'm going to be using this paint right here, the Waverly chalk paint and plaster. And I'm going to be using a little bit of this brown, what do you call it, acrylic paint. I'm going to be using a sponge brush and a little cloth, one of my little cloth squares. This is just a couple placemats that I have that I use for painting surfaces, and my cutting boards down there too. I might need it, I don't know. This is a little sign that I'm going to be using for this project as well. And I'm going to try out this adhesive spray, but I'm going to test it out using just like some scrap cardboard and see how it works first before I use it on this project. So I'll let you guys know about that. I have some Excelsior. I have 2 bags. I'm not sure how much I'll need. I also have some of this floral foam. I have 2 squares of that. Not sure how much I'll need of that either. And I also have an assortment of fall flowers. I'm not sure which ones I'll be using, but I have quite a few to choose from. Let's get started with these rulers. First, I'm going to take off the numbers, and they come off really easy. Look at this. Doesn't get much easier than that. They're actually pretty sticky, so I mean, they don't just like fall off while you're using them, but they come off pretty easy. Now I have a nice piece of wood to use, just the size that I want. Sometimes if they don't come off, try the other end. You might have to get under it with your nail or something, but they always peel right off. And I found this craft, this particular project, on another YouTube channel called This Southern Girl Can. It's been a while since I watched it, so I'm just kind of doing this by memory, just based on what I can remember of it, but I do remember how she put it together, and I don't remember like what her finished product looked like exactly, but what I'm saying is I'm not trying to copy her exactly. I'm trying to copy the Dollar Tree project, but yeah, so let me get this finished up and I'll get back with you. All right, the next step is going to be to get these things painted. I'm going to paint them white, and then I'm going to make them look a little bit rustic with my brown acrylic paint that I showed you guys. Stirring it up with my plastic knife. See, more supplies that I didn't show you. I know I'm really bad about showing you guys the supplies, but you know. So before I do the painting, I'm going to go ahead and pull these hangers out. And these are actually pretty decent looking little hangers. Get my nasty, rusty old needle nose pliers out here and pull these out. They come out pretty easy, but those are pretty nice little hangers. So I'm just going to give the front of it kind of just a kind of a light coat, I guess. It doesn't really have to be a real thick. I don't have to do 2 coats, let's put it that way. I just don't want you to be able to see the orange through the burlap that I'm going to cover it with. So I want to give it a coat. So as you can see, I'm getting paint all over my fingers, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. John let Oscar in, so if you hear any snorting, don't be alarmed, it's just my pug. I'm going to get these rulers painted and paint the front side of it first. And I'll show you what I do when I do the sides. And then when I do the sides, I just do half of it. That way, there was a nice big snort for you. That way I have something to hold on to, and then when I paint the other side, I'll just paint the rest of it. So, yep. Okay, all my white painting's done. Now I'm going to take some of this brown acrylic paint that I had showed you guys before, and I'm going to dry brush some of it onto the white thingies that I painted here. That's a technical term. I'm mostly worried about the edges, but I'm going to get it all. I kind of screwed up when I make this big streak right here, and kind of this one's a little big too, but that's all right because this is going to be covered so with burlap, but you're going to be able to see through the burlap a little bit. So I want to get it, you know, I want it to look the way I want it to look. Got some on my finger. That's okay too. It washes off real easy, luckily. Okay, I've cut some of this burlap down and made it so it would fit right on top like this, but not go all the way to the edges. I cut off all around all of the edges because it's got this finished edge right here, and I didn't want it to be finished because I want to be able to pull some of the strings out, which I'm going to do. Just pull like one of these strings out and it's going to look kind of jagged. So that's what I wanted to do all the way around on all the edges. I just got some in my Mod Podge. That's another thing. I decided not to use the spray adhesive. I decided to use Mod Podge instead, which now has a burlap string in it, but that's not really a problem. So I'm going to pull all these strings off and Mod Podge these onto my little boards. Okay. To put those on, these don't have to be perfect at all. So that's the nice thing about doing kind of more rustic stuff is it doesn't have to be perfect. So in fact, you don't really want it to be perfect. At least I don't. So I'm gonna, oh, I hate these brushes. I think this is my last one with this handle on it. These are so super flimsy that I just don't like them. So yeah, anyway. And I'm just gonna go all the way to the edges of the board. That way I'm sure that I got all the way to the edges of the burlap when it gets put on. So here we go. And there we go. Just get that kind of pressed down on there. And I'm just gonna go right back over it with some more Mod Podge. That string's in there. Let me get that out of there, that's bugging me. Okay, string is gone. Here we go. Nice generous amount of Mod Podge over top of the burlap. I'm gonna get it on all the edges. And don't worry too much about it being white because it dries clear. So you're not gonna be able to see it when it's all said and done anyways. But I do wanna make sure the pieces on the edge stay going outward. I don't want them to be all jacked up on there. In fact, I think I'm just gonna focus on the edges and not worry about the middle too much as far as the Mod Podge goes right now. So, and some of them are gonna stick up and that's a good thing. So, okay, I'm gonna move on to the next one and I'll be back to show you my next step. I'm gonna use this Family First and Forever sign that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna put that on this, but it has this easel back. So I'm gonna rip that off. It should come right off. It did, it came right off. So, and I'm gonna put that right here. So let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I had 2 of these signs, but I've got one of them out there with my my family photos that I have. They're really old pictures, and I really like it out there with that. So I decided I didn't want to use the other one. So I decided instead to make a twine flower and put it on like this. So there's these 2 signs. Now, these signs right here, you could use these all by themselves. Just leave the little hangers on the back if you want to hang them up somewhere, and you could just use these to hang up somewhere or sit somewhere or whatever. I think this is really pretty just by itself. Okay, the next step, we're gonna take these and stand them up. This one wants to fall over, so I'll have to be patient with that one. But the rulers, I'm gonna start with 3 of them. And they are gonna go right here inside these boxes. I'm gonna get this one glued in. I'm gonna use my E6000, a little bit of that on each one of these, and that way I know it's gonna be a little, I don't know, sturdier, I guess. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one too. Just so I don't have to hold it and wait for it to dry, I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue right there. Okay, those are all glued. I'm gonna let that E6000 dry for a little bit before I move on to the next step. Okay, I'm very carefully gonna go ahead. It's not completely dry, so I'm gonna be careful and go ahead and flip this on its side, and I'm gonna put 3 more here, and I'm gonna flip it back over and put more here, and I'll get back with you after I'm done with that part. Okay, so this is what it's looking like so far. You got this on one end, and this on the other end. Can't see that very well, but this on the other end. Here's what it's looking like so far, and I'm going to rustic the sides up a little bit, and I'll be back with you. I'm going to use this floral foam on the inside, okay? I'm going to lay it down like this. I'm going to put some flowers in it. I'm going to fill in with this Excelsior, and I'm going to be back with you to show you the finished product. Okay guys, it's all done. It took me a few days to finish it, but it's all done. Here we go. This is what it looks like, all finished. Here's this end. Turn it this way. And something just fell off. Some of my flowers just fell off. I'll put them back. There's this end. So yeah, I'm not sure where that fell off of, but it actually fell off of the stem. So I'll find it, I'll fix it, and I'm gonna show it to you what it looks like sitting in my living room. Because there is a little special something to it that you guys can't see right now, but you will in a minute, or a second really. Here it is sitting in my living room, and can you see the little special touch? Let's turn off the light. Here we go. I love that. I never even planned on putting the lights in it, but so obviously that wasn't in my supply list, of course, but I think it turned out really nice like that. All right, guys, give me a thumbs up if you like this project, and let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more craft projects. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.